An industrial tragedy in the town of Tonawanda. An explosion at the DuPont plant leaves one man dead, another injured.
The blast shook homes across the North Towns and triggered an emergency hazmat situation. We have full team coverage tonight. Good evening. A contract employee lost his life. Another was burned.
And the federal government is now investigating today's explosion. The DuPont production plant on River Road sits in a heavily industrialized area of the North Towns, which led to many precautions in the immediate aftermath of today's explosion. We begin tonight with News 4's Al Waters, who's been following this developing story all day. Al?
Well, Don and Jackie, DuPont and public safety officials are stunned by this tragic accident, an accident that by most accounts should never have happened. A company and a contractor involved, both with sterling safety records and an exploding storage tank that was supposed to be empty. Shortly after 11 o'clock, contractors from Mollenberg Betts of Buffalo were welding supports onto a large freestanding tank outside of one of DuPont's buildings when the unthinkable happened.
During the course of the work that was being done, there was an explosion. The man that was working on that tank has died as a result of his injuries from the explosion.
Town of Tonawanda Police Lieutenant Nick Beto told us the tank was empty. The company official said it had been prepped for the workers.
It's a tall cylindrical type object, and they were working on the top of it, which blew back.
Federal safety officials confirmed the tank was supposed to be empty at the time of the accident, but polyvinyl fluoride, a flammable compound, had been stored in the tank previously.
The tank was originally supposed to be empty. It was empty 2 weeks ago. There was probably a little bit of some unknown material left in the tank. Right now it's unknown material. No one knows what exactly it is.
The explosion could be heard and felt for miles. Scott Ranny was deer hunting on Grand Island.
I had just gotten out of the tree stand and I was walking back to my truck and I just heard this big ba-boom and I felt the ground shake. I'm like, something blew up.
Every emergency responder and fire crew nearby headed for the scene. But DuPont has its own emergency crew, which took control of the site first, deep inside the perimeter of the Yerkes plant.
That'll uncover exactly what procedures were being followed, make sure everything was being done right, and this was just an accident. And really, at the end of the day, I think that's what's going to come out of it. This was just a terrible accident.
Now, a second worker from Mollenberg Betts was burned in the explosion. He was taken to ECMC, but his injuries do not appear to be life-threatening. Reporting live from the DuPont plant in the town of Tonawanda, Al Waters, News 4 at 5.
Neighbors